become liberated. This is, Bhagavan says, Janma karman chame dibbam, jo janati tattata. You have to learn it, tattata, in truth, not superficially. Then you'll understand how the Supreme Personality of Godhead, Bhagavan, appears as the son of Devaki or son of Vasudeva. Ajopi son of Bhayatma, Bhutanam Ishwaropi son. Although he is Ajo. Ajo means who never takes birth. Still, he takes birth. Contradictory. This is inconceivable. Unless God has got inconceivable energy, he is not God. This has been discussed by Jiva Goswami. If you do not accept inconceivable energy of God, then there is no God. This is inconceivable. Ajopi san abhyatma bhutanam isharaopi san sambhavami yuge yuge paritranaya sadhuna. This is God. How it happens, how it is possible, if you understand properly, then you become liberated. Simply by understanding this. That Bhagavan, why he shall not appear as the sun, why you shall restrict. God is not under your restriction. That is God. If he becomes under your rules and regulation, then he is not God. That is inconceivable. How Ajopi, although unborn, how he takes birth. Ajopi san of Bhayatma, Bhutanam Ishwarup. Bhutanam Ishwara is the supreme controller. But he likes to be controlled by Mother Jasoda. Bhutanam Ishwaropi san. He controls everyone. But why he accepts one lady, innocent lady, not very educated, not Vedantis, a village lady interested in churning curd and butter, not Vedantis, and he has become just like a very affectionate son of this village lady. Mother, let me suck your breast. So this is God's pastimes. Ajopi san of Bhayatma. He is eko hi bahunam vidadati kaman. He is supplying the necessities of life to all the living entities. Nitya nityanam chetanas chetananam. Eko hi bahunam vidadati kaman. But he is begging from Mother Jasoda, kindly allow me to suck your breast. And when Mother refuses, he becomes angry. He breaks the pot of butter and so on, so on. You know this. This is called transcendental pastimes. But at the same time, when it is required, he immediately lifts the Govardhan hill. Immediately. Although he is dependent on Mother Jasoda, Nanda Maharaj is saying, oh, this little boy has lifted Govardhan hill. How it is possible? Let me help. He is trying to help him by sticking the stick on the Govardhan hill, that it may not fall down. You see? He has already lifted, still, because Father affectionate. He is thinking, the childish boy, he has lifted the Govardhan hill, it may not fall down, let me help. This is going on. This is called transcendental pastime. And those who are not devotees, they cannot understand. How it is possible? They say it is what is called mythology. It is mythology. It is not mythology, it is fact. Vasudev, such a learned person, Vidwan, Lokasya Janato Vidyan Chakri Satato Sanghita. He is Vidwan, he has written this Satato Sanghita with some mythology, some fiction, some imagination. It is rascal to consider like that. It is not mythology, it is fact. That is Bhagavan. He has wasted his time to describe some mythology, but they have no common sense. And not only that, Vasudev has written later on all big commentators like Siddharth Swami, Vijay Dhaja, Vijagavacharya, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, Sanatana Goswami, many. They have never said that this is mythology. Never said. Never said. You will not find in any of the comments of this big stalwart Acharya, Vijagavacharya is very learned scholar belonging to the Ramanujarya Sampradaya. They have never said it is mythology. Where do you get this idea of mythology? So that is possible. God is all-powerful. He can do anything. He can appear. Why should you restrict him not to become the son of Devaki? Why should you restrict? Is he under your control or you are under his control? He can become the Devaki Sutta. He can become a small child to be chastised by Mother Jasoda. He likes it. Everyone offers him with reverence or respect. Nobody dares to restrict him and chastise him. Nobody goes to God that you cannot do this, you are fool, you are rascal. Nobody says. But still, he wants to hear all this. That is a pastime, just like a big rich man. He eats so many nice things, but sometimes he says, give me some puff rice. A puff rice is not his food, but he likes sometimes. Similarly, everyone prays to God with reverence and vow and obedience, but he wants to be chastised sometime. That chastisement, from where this chastisement will come? It will come from his devotee, not ordinary. If ordinary man chastises, imitating, just why he will be offender, he will be punished. But where he agrees to be chastised, Maharaj chastised, that is bhakti, that is devotional service. There is nothing extraordinary when it is said here, Bhagavan Devaki Sutta. He can become Devaki Sutta. It is his mercy. So we have to understand that how Bhagavan Sarisajya Purna, Bhagavan means Sarisajya Purna, Vaisajyasya Samagrasya, Bijasya Jasasasya, all powerful. He can appear anywhere without any restriction, but still he appears as Devaki Sutta. Janma Karmancha Dibbam Meju Janati. We have to understand through the Shastra, and that tattva understanding is possible only through bhakti. Not by any other means. not by jnana or yoga. That is not possible. It is simply through bhaktamam abhijanati javan jasthami tattva. The jnanis, yogis, and karmis, they are third class, they cannot. The yogis, the karmis, jnanis, yogis, they have got spiritual advancement, but still, until they come to the platform of bhakti, it is not possible to understand. Janma karmam chamedimam tat tat manusyanam sahasresu kaschit jatadisyan siddhai jatatam api siddhyanam kaschit vettimam tat tat. So, if we want to understand Krishna, Bhagavan, in truth, then we have to take the path of bhakti. No other means will help us. Bhaktamam abhijanati javan jasthami tat. How he becomes a Devaki Sutta, how he... Then, the statement of Draupadi was accepted by all the gentlemen or the kings, everyone accepted, and they considered dharmam, najjam, sakuranam. Just like even in judgment, the other day I told you, the judgment given to a murderer, there must be some consideration, sakurunam. Sakurunam means mercy. Not that because one has committed murder in a fanatic condition, he is excused sometimes. That is sakurunam. The judgment should be given not simply on the superficial causes. Everything should be considered. Dharmam, najjam, sakurunam, nidbalikam. Suppose a child commits something wrong, he is not punished. A Brahmana never commits any sinful activity. If he is sometimes in an unnatural condition, if he does something, so he should be excused. This is Vedic law. The woman, the Brahmana, the child, the cow, and old man. Yes, they should be excused. That is dharmam, najjam, sakuranam, nidbalikam, samam, raja dharma suto rajya, pratyananta, vachudija. He accepted. Yes, what Draupadi is saying is all right. Not only he, but also others, Nakula, Saudevascha, Jududhana, Dhananjaya, Bhagavan, ultimately, Bhagavan Devaki Sutta, Channe Jascha. So, Mahajana Jena Gatasya Pantha, Maharaj Yudhishthira is Dharma Sudha. He is not ordinary person. He is the son of Dharmaraj, Jamaraj. So Maharaj Yudhishthira's mother Kunti had the power to call any demigod. He got this benediction from Durvasa Muni. So he had his three sons, means Maharaj Yudhishthira, Bhim, and Arjuna. She got Maharaj Yudhishthira from Dharmaraj, Arjuna from Indra, and Bhima from Varuna, by yes. So, similarly, still she is one of the chaste women. These things are there, but still they are not polluted. But in the Kali Yuga, these things are private. Devarena sutatpatti kalau pancha vibhajaya. In the Kali Yuga, people are very much polluted. They cannot transgress. This is not transgression, this is part. Just like you are prohibited to go to the filthy place, private. But the sunshine goes. Sunshine goes. Sunshine is not prohibited. But here is a filthy place, lavatory, sunshine, you do not come here. No, sunshine doesn't require your permission. It can go anywhere. But it is not polluted. Tejiya sangana dosaya. One who is teji, don't try to imitate teji. You must become teji. Then, that's why for Bhagavan, everything is perfect. Apapa viddham. Bhagavan is never affected by any so-called sin. For him there is no sinful activities. Apapa viddham. You'll find in the Ishopuni. There is the mantra, Vedic mantra. And if you consider that Krishna is doing so many things, this is sinful. No. Therefore God is always good. God is good. There is a command word. Even if you see that he is doing something wrong, that is not wrong, that is right. Tejiya sangana dosaya. He is so powerful, for him there is no wrong. He is never wrongdoer. Therefore devotees, they do not expect that Krishna will always be very kind upon me. He may be harsh, but that is also good. Krishna or Krishna's devotee, even he is harsh, he is unkind, so-called unkind, it is also good. Just like Narada Muni cursed the Jamalaj, what is their name? The Vidura's sons, they were cursed to become tree, but what was the result? The result was that although they became trees, they are fortunate enough to see Krishna personally. So, God or his devotee, Krishna, and Krishna devotee, you should always take that they are always good. God is good. The devotee is good. Either we see that he is merciful, he is always merciful. Therefore, devotees never take anything as not merciful. Tattena anukampa. They take everything from Krishna as sympathy, anukampa. Tattena anukampa, susumiksha. One who can see this anukampa in reverse condition of life, the compassion of the Supreme Personality of Godhead, mukti padesa daya, he is right to become liberation, becomes guaranteed. If anyone accepts the mercy of God in any circumstances, and he does not do anything wrong to anyone, such person is guaranteed to be liberated. That is the injunction of the sadhu. Thank you very much.
That was a short class. We have option to express one more short class.
The following is the 32nd class on the Nectar of Devotion given by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, recorded on 5th January 1973 in Bombay.
intensity expands, just as a vibration of light or air expands, but we do not know where it ends. The nectar of devotion teaches us the science of loving every one of the living entities perfectly by the easy method of loving Krishna. We have failed to create peace and harmony in human society, even by such great attempts as the United Nations, because we do not know the right method.
Where the example is, just like there is air vibration, water vibration, the radio message, in one place the vibration is made and it goes like waves. It expands very quickly. Within a second, it expands 7 times the earth. So far we have heard. Or if you throw one stone on the lake, they will become a circle. And the circle will expand unless it goes to the limit. So our loving propensity is there and it should expand. Ultimately, it should reach the lotus feet of the Lord. Then it will perfect. So, this is being explained. The Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti. In the Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti. Our love for Krishna is there already. But it is being choked up by material condition. I want to love, but some blind leader, he comes, he says that you love your this country, your society, humanity, and you love your society, but you cut throat of another society. This is why. Because it is imperfect, one side they are teaching, love your nation and cut the throat of another nation. So this kind of love, this kind of loving propensity will not be ever satisfied. We shall always remain unsatisfied because this is artificial. The same example. If you want to love, then you have to pour water on the root of the tree. Then it will be all right. Otherwise, if you manufacture so many ways of love, then certainly you'll be confused and frustrated. Why don't you sit down here? Come on. Yes, go on.
The method is very simple, but one has to understand it with a cool head. The nectar of devotion teaches all men how to perform the simple and natural method of loving Krishna, the Supreme Personality of Godhead. If we learn how to love Krishna, then it is very easy to immediately...
In Chaitanya Charitamrita it is said, Krishna bhakti koile sarva karma kritoha. Shuddha shabde vishwas surira nishchoy. To be elevated to the transcendental platform of loving service of the Supreme Lord, there is a process. The process is that, as it is stated in the Bhagavad Gita, Maya Saptamana Pratha Yogam Junjan Madas. This is the process. You have to increase your attachment for Krishna. This yoga system you have played out. How to increase your love for Krishna. That is not very difficult. Just like this Archan, Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu Smaranam Padasevanam. These are the different processes how to increase your attachment for Krishna. The attachment of Krishna is there, but by শ্রবণাদি শুদ্ধ চিত্তে করে নিত্য সিদ্ধ কৃষ্ণ ভক্তি সাধ্য কব নয় শ্রবণাদি শুদ্ধ চিত্তে করই উদর. Everyone has got love for Krishna. It is not artificial thing. Everyone has got. Otherwise, how these Europeans and American boys and girls taking to this minstrel, why they are mad after Krishna? Because it was there. It is not artificially, you cannot mix us. It is not possible. Artificially, you cannot make a staunch devotee of Krishna. That is not possible. Artificially, 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and goes there. Just like it has become in our country. Our love is now for material happiness. Poverty for the last 2,000 years or little above 1,000 years, India was foreign subjugated. So they are now thinking that somewhere or other if we can become like American skyscraper buildings, our life will be successful. So they have artificially now, they are killing their own culture and try to imitate it. This is artificial. But this artificial way, one cannot be happy. They will be frustrated. Just the Americans have become frustrated. They have got enough. What is these skyscraper buildings in Bombay? They have got 100 times skyscraper buildings in New York. 100 times. And what is this skyscraper? Say 20 stories. There are 104, 5 stories. When I first went to New York, I saw one building, Empire State. Yes, it was 102 stories. Now the others have increased to 104, 5. So, but why these American boys are frustrated? Their father, their grandfather have got enough money, enough skyscraper building, but they are not satisfied. They don't want to work like their father and grandfather. They have left. I have got many students, my disciples. Their father, a very rich man, industrialist, lawyers, but they don't like. So this kind of so-called happiness will never satisfy us. The real happiness which is within our loving propensity for Krishna, that has to be rewarded. Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti Sadha Kobuno. It is not by artificial means one becomes a devotee of Krishna. That is not possible. Nobody can become a lover or devotee of anyone else by artificial means, unless there is some natural tendency. So that natural tendency to love Krishna is there in everyone's heart. Our Krishna consciousness movement is how to invoke that natural tendency to love Krishna. That is our business. And how it is possible? The Shastra, this means Samanadi Shuddha Chitte Karayudava. Samanadi Shuddha Chitta. Samanadi means this process. Just like you have come here, you are hearing about Krishna. This is the process. You may be illiterate, you may be rich, or you may be poor, whatever you may be. It doesn't matter. Please come, sit down and hear. But in the hearing process, there is so many impediments, Maya. Just like people are coming here to hear, but there has been impediment. Because our lift is being too much used, the electric supply is cut off. Maya is always there. They will, I want to say, spend electric energy in so many ways. That is not loss. But people who are coming for half an hour or 1 hour, gentlemen, no electricity will be spoiled. This is Maya. Maya is always after this checking process. So we have to fight against the Maya. Then we come to Krishna consciousness. That fighting determination must be there. Mameva japravadanti, Maya metam. One must be determined. So Maya may check my progress in Krishna consciousness, but I must fight Maya. This determination wanted. Dhirabrata, bhajante mang dhirabrata. That is what. All right, let me do, all right, not. That's all right. Let me do my bit. No, one must be very serious. Dhirabrata. Dhirabrata and firmly convinced. These things are required to revive your Krishna consciousness. Otherwise it is very easy. Savanadi Shuddha Chitte Karayudo. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, when there was discussion about sadha and sadhan, what is the aim of life and what is the process of achieving that aim of life. This discussion was made between Ramananda Rai and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Chaitanya Mahaprabhu was questioning and Ramananda Rai was replying. So the first reply was given by Ramananda Rai when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu inquired, what is the goal of life and what is the process to reach that goal of life? Very nice question. The Ramananda Rai replied, Varnasamacharvata Purushena Parapaman Vishnu Aradhate Pumshan Nanna Tattu Sukaran. He immediately replied that a human being must first of all come to the standard of Varnasanta. 4 Varnas and 4 Asana. Brahman, Kshatri, Vaishya, Shudra and Brahmachari, Grihastha. Unless they come systematically, life on these principles, they are animals. They are not human beings. That was our Indian Vedic civilization. Now they manufacture their religion. Jatamat tatapat. You can manufacture your own way. You'll be satisfied. This is being done. So many, you can see in Bombay, so many rascals are preaching. Then there is no standard thing. So it is very difficult for us to give us the right thing. But we are certain, because we are not cheating people, so it may take some time, but people are gradually coming to Krishna consciousness. Because this is right thing. So Varnasama Charvata Purushena Parakumar, this is the beginning of actual human life. But Chaitanya Mahaprabhu immediately replied, Iho bhajyo age kahoha. Iho bhajyo. Bhajya means this is external. This will not very much help at the present moment. And actually that is being done. Just like we are preaching in the Western countries, if we wanted to establish Varnashram Dharma in the beginning, that you become Brahmana, you become Grihastha, you become Sannyasi, no. Then everyone would have rejected. So we are not prepared for this purpose. But the process introduced by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is not introduced by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is the sanction in the Shastras, Savanam Kirtanam Vishnu, Smaranam Padasevanam. This is standard method, because we give them the chance of hearing. Gradually they are coming. Not that immediately you become Brahman. Now they are becoming more than Brahmins. Here in India, the Brahmanas, they are doing everything, still they are going in the name of Brahmana. But here, these European Brahmanas, American Brahmanas, they are real Brahman. Because They have given up all sinful activities. Oh, the Brahmana's life is first of all truthful. Sattva samadhama titikha, controlling the senses, controlling the mind, perseverance, simplicity, full knowledge, application of the knowledge, belief in the Vedas. These are the symptoms of Brahman. Sattva samadhama titikha arjavam, asikam, jnanam vijnanam, brahma karma svabha. So, if we take to Krishna consciousness, these Brahminical qualification automatically come. Just Shasti Bhakti Bhagavati Akunchana Sarvai Gunai Tatra Samasatisu. This is the test. A devotee shall be qualified with all the godly qualities. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, if you induce people, because his mission is to propagate this Vedic culture all over the world. He is not confined within some limited area. Prithivite ache joto nagaradi gram. As many villages and towns are there in the world. His mission is to be preached there. So, say if we, in the beginning we say, you have to become a Brahmin, first of all. So we have to become a Brahmin. Our people are not becoming Brahmin. They say it is not nonsense. Let us become Shudra. So that is not possible. Therefore, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said, Iho bhajya age kaho. Then Ramananda Rai suggested Karma Mishra Bhakti. Then Jnana Mishra Bhakti. Bhakti with Jnana, mixed with Jnana, process of Jnana, speculative philosophy, and Bhakti mixed with Karma Kandya Vichar. But real Bhakti is Jnana Karma Anavritam. It must be untouched by the process of Jnana and Karma. It should be spontaneous. Spontaneous. That is bhakti. Annavilasita sunnam jnana karmadhanabhritam anukullena Krishna. Spontaneous means when we shall rise to the platform that here is a service for Krishna, let me do it immediately. Let me do it. Just like Yudhishthira was advised by Krishna that you just go to Dronacharya and speak him lie that his son is dead. Yudhishthira hesitated. Oh, how can I speak lie? I never done it in my life. And this is karma kandya vichar. This is karma kandya vichar. He is looking after his own benefit. Karma kandya vichar means I do something and I profit and I enjoy it. I do some sacrifices, I become elevated to the heavenly planet and I enjoy life. This is karma kanda. And jnana kanda means that this world is false. Brahma Sattva Jagat Mithya. Therefore, let me merge into the Brahma effulgence. Nirbhed Brahmanusandha. This is jnana kanda. Nirbhed Brahmanusandha. But bhakti means jnana karmadhanabhritam. One must be free from this karma kandya vichar and jnana kandya vichar. It must be pure devotee. What is that? Anukullena Krishnanusilanam. Simply to carry out. So it was the duty of Yudhishthira to immediately, what Krishna said, immediately to execute it. But because he was on the karma kandya, of course they were all devotees, but just to show us, the karma kandya vichar, they hesitate. Just like the Brahmins who were Jagdik Brahman who was performing sacrifices. And Krishna's friend became hungry. So they asked Krishna, Krishna, you are hungry, king. Please arrange for some food. Krishna said, yes, you go immediately there. The Brahmins are performing yajnas and ask them for some food. They went, but the Brahmins refused. Oh, the yajna is not yet performed. How we can give it? No, don't talk. So they came back. Then Krishna said, go to their wives. The Jagging Brahman Patni, go to their wives. And as soon as they went to the wives, they heard Krishna's name, were very much beloved to Krishna. Immediately whatever was there for the yajna, immediately they brought to Krishna. This is bhakti. And the Jagging Brahmanas were in the Karmakanya platform. But they are devotees. But when actually it was performed, what is that verse? Dik Janma.
Dik Janma Trivid Vidyam. Dik Janmanaha. Trivid Vidyam is Veda.
Yes.
What all we studied up to just
Yes.
become useless.
Yes.
It's Janmanaha. If you are born in a great family,
Yes.
it's also useless. Trivid Vidyam. Dik Rasam. Dik Bahubhyata.
Bhogya.
Dik Kulam. Kulam also you are born.
Born in Brahmin family. Yes.
Dik Kriya.
So this is bhakti. And bhakti means spontaneously responding to Krishna. That is bhakti. There is no, therefore it is transcendental platform. It is not on this material platform, karma kanda, jnana kanda. But bhakti is above. Manchabhya vichajini bhakti yogina jasevati. Sagunan samatitaitan brahma bhujaya karsati. Transcendental platform. So, Chaitanya Mahaprabhu said that this karma kandya vichar, that is also nice. Those who are in the too much bodily concept of life, but it is very difficult to raise the people to the karma kandya, jnana kanda vichar. In this age especially, they have become so fallen that it is not possible for them to raise them either karma kandya, jnana kandya or yogic process. This is not possible. That when this Shastra it is said, Kalau nasteva 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 gatirannatha. If you follow karma kandya vichar, jnana kandya vichar or yogic process, it is very difficult. Therefore, the only process is Hare Nama, Hare Nama, Hare Nama iva kevalam. Kalu nasti vanasti vanasti gatirannatha. And Narottam Das Thakur says that karma kanda, jnana kanda sakali bisher bhanda. Amrita boliya jiva khar. So suppose karma kandya vichar, you get elevated to the heavenly planet. That's all right by karma kandya vichar. But what Krishna says about this elevation, antavattu phalam tesam tad bhavati alpamedasam. Antavattu phalam tesam. These results derived out of karma kanda, jnana kanda, they are temporary. Of course, we do not know what kind of temporary. But temporary means even if you live for many millions of years, that is also temporary. Because you are eternal. So, somebody is living for 1 year, somebody is living for 1 minute, and somebody is living for 1 million or more than that. Just like Brahma's life. Sahasra juga pajyantam marhajat brahmanovi. That is also temporary. Our problem is to get our eternal life again. Jadgatyana nivartante tadhano, but this is the problem. One should go to such a place that he will not have to come back again to this temporary world. So karma kanda, jnana kanda means you can be elevated to the heavenly planets by karma kanda process, or even to the Brahma planet, Brahma loka, Satya loka. But what Krishna says, Abrahma bhavana lokan punaravartina arjuna. So that will not give us the ultimate benefit. The ultimate benefit is mam upeta kaunteya dukkhalayam asasatam napnubanti mahat samsiddhim paramat. That is what. One has to go back to home, back to God. That is the perfection of life. This human life should be utilized for going back to home, but they have no idea, they do not know. What is God? Where is back to home, back to God, and nothing, no education. Although the knowledge is there in the Bhagavad Gita and other Shastras. Everything is there. But we have become so full that we take Bhagavad Gita and comment in a different way so that people may not understand. He does not understand himself. And how he'll explain? Nahang prakasa sarvasya yugmaya samabrita. Because without becoming a devotee, nobody can understand Bhagavad Gita. That's a fact. So one may be very good scholar, ABCD, but the ABCD knowledge is not sufficient to understand. Bhaktosi, priyosi, me, rasam jetaduttam. Simply by erudite scholarship, you cannot understand. Then Krishna would have selected somebody else who is scholarly at heart. But he was selecting Arjuna, although he was a soldier. He was not a Vedantist, he was not a Brahmana, but he was ordinary soldier, maybe royal family, a Grihastha. But he selected him. Why? Bhaktosi, because he was devoted. Therefore, Bhagavad Gita is to be understood by devotee from the very beginning. So one has to become devotee of Krishna. Then we can understand the teachings of the Vedas. Vedas means, Veda is a sarvayaham eva vedam. Anywhere you go, either Bhagavad Gita is also Vedic literature, Bhagavad is also Vedic literature. So either you take directly Vedas, Isha Upanishad, other Upanishad. The ultimate goal is to understand Krishna. Vedashta sarvayaham eva vedam. So this Krishna consciousness movement is trying to give Krishna. Krishna se tomar Krishna dite par. Bhaktivinoda Thakur has sung. Vaishnava Thakur tomara kukur bolia jana homore. He is presenting himself. My dear sir, Vaishnava, kindly accept me as your dog. Dhaita, what is that song? You have forgotten? Krishna se tomar, Krishna de tomare sakati acha. This is a fact. If you want Krishna, then you have to approach a pure devotee of Krishna. He can be delivered. Vedeshu dullava adullava apavapto. One is Krishna devotee, he can deliver Krishna, take him. Here is Krishna. That is the special prerogative of devotee. Kaunteya pratijani, Krishna is advising Arjuna because he is devotee, that he declare. Name vatta pranasya. So he could declare himself. No, he wants to declare everything through his devotee. Nimitta matra bhava sambhusate. He wants to see that Arjuna become victorious. Although he was conducting, actually he was doing this victorious work. So in this way, Krishna Bhakti, Nitya Siddha Krishna Bhakti, if we simply invoke our Krishna Bhakti, that is success of life. Somewhere or other. Therefore Rupa Goswami says that Jeno Teno Prakarena Mana Krishna Niveshaye. Somehow or other, just be absorbed within your mind about Krishna. Sabai Mana Krishna Padarvinde. Somewhere, it doesn't matter which way. And another place Rupa Goswami says, Krishna Bhakti Rasabhavitamati Kriyatam Jadi Kutopi Labhat. purchase this Krishna Bhakti Rasabhavitamati, Krishna consciousness, if it is available somewhere. Tattva laulam ekamullam, na janma koti vi sukriti vi labhate. So, this Krishna consciousness movement is very rare thing. But by the grace of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, it is being distributed all over the world, freely. It is Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's grace. Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayat. If we adopt the method of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then we can distribute what Krishna Prema, love of Krishna, knowledge of Krishna may be distributed. The scholars and the pandits may can understand. But love of Krishna is divinity. That is different. But a Chaitanya Mahaprabhu is distributing love of Krishna. Krishna Prema Pradayati. Namo Mahavadannaya Krishna Prema Pradayati. Krishnaya Krishna Chaitanya Namne Gaurati Seno. So, if we follow through the path chalked out by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, then Krishna also, although it is very difficult to understand Krishna. Manusyanam sahasreshu pacchinjati siddhaye jatatam siddhara. But through the process of Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, and to follow Chaitanya Mahaprabhu means to follow these 6 Goswadis. Because these 6 Goswamis were directly instructed by Chaitanya Mahaprabhu to spread this movement. He instructed Rupa Goswami continually for 10 days in Prayag, Dasasamed Ghat. He instructed Sanatana Goswami for 2 months in Banaras, and they have given us this invaluable literature. There are so many other literatures, of which the Bhakti Rasamrita Sindhu we have translated into English, Nectar of Devotion. So try to follow this book. Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoibe Akuti, Narottam Das Thakur is singing. Rupa Raghunatha Pade Hoibe Akuti, Kobe Hamo Bujhava Se Jugal Priti. The Sahaji ask, they immediately try to understand the love affairs of Krishna and Radha. That is Sahaji, I say.
Prabhupada ki
Jai.
jai.
Nectar of Devotion is that book that we are reading in the Bhakti Shastikos just now.
How many years?
Yes.
Yeah, there's some special series of classes on Nectar of Devotion.
Yes, by Rasa Steiner. He's now in Mayapur.
Cool.
Rasa Steiner?
I have Rasa Shastri. He's studying Bhakti Shastri?
He's teacher.
His teacher.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, wonderful.
Yes, but I was so tired that I was sleeping in this lecture, you know. It was a Zoom lecture. And I had to rest. I was lying on my bed and I was sleeping in. I was so tired of it. Now I remember. Maybe on weekend I have a little bit time to read.
Good of you.
Yeah? Okay.
Hare Krishna.
I don't stop if I chant a little bit here.
No, no, please. That Guru is meant for chanting. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna.
know a jumping car? Did you learn me some ons? Did you can show me ons how to make the Guru Puja?
Guru Puja.
Did you can teach me?
Okay.
Ons? Yes?
Yes, Krishna.
Tomorrow?
Tomorrow also here, but tomorrow, 7 o'clock, okay. Tomorrow I think, who is the Puja?
Aha.
Das ist einfach.
Nein, ich weiß nicht, ob das einfach ist. Wenn man weiß, wie, ist es einfach.
Ja.
If you know how, it's easy. But I have to know. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare 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 Krishna
Ja.
Darf ich die Incense auch mitnehmen?
Ja, aber schnell. Natürlich darf ich.
Meine Babys freuen sich immer, wenn ich Incense habe.